Hello everybody, it's your boy N here. I'm coming at you guys with another YouTube video. So in today's video, it is going to be the best budget Valby bossing build. So without further ado guys, let's get right on into today's video. Before we do that though, real quick, my creator code is going to be on screen right now, so please do use that code. That is going to be the second link in the description. So without further ado guys, let's get right on into today's video. So this build is a duo with Enduring Legacy and Valby. In my own testing, I've taken this up to Molten Fortress and I've been successful, so this is something to bear in mind. This will take you from Executioner to Molten Fortress. Gluttony is something else, and I'm going to have a separate video covering how to deal with all the bosses coming later, so stay tuned for that one. Anyways, let's get into the build. So these are the modules that we're going to rock on Valby. Like I said, this is a budget build. All you gotta do is get to level 40 and you're good to rock all these modules. So let's go on over them. So for the first module, we are going to go with Supply Moisture. This is excellent for helping us out, getting more critical hit rate, more damage off on our weapons. Now I have a whole separate video going on over how to get this module, so please do check that out, top link in the description. Next up we've got Nimble Fingers and we've got Energy Collection. Nimble Fingers is going to give us some more skill cooldown so we can use our abilities a little bit more, and Energy Collection is going to give us the MP back so that we are able to use our abilities. Next up, we've got Focus on Non-Attribute, and this is going to be here to boost our non-attribute abilities, which in Valby's instance is literally all of her abilities, and then this is also going to give us a little bit extra skill cooldown, which is kind of nice. Now we've got the skill duo of modules, so Extension and Expansion. Extension is going to give us a little bit extra duration for our abilities, which is going to be nice when we're standing in them, and Expansion is going to give us more range, so we've got more coverage. Last but not least, we've got these two health modules, so we've got increased defense and increased HP. Now these two modules, of course, increased defense is increased defense and increased HP is also increased HP, but this is what you are going to want to run if you're on a budget. Now for the maneuvering mod, I've gone with long distance maneuvering. You could use multi, mid, it's complete preference for the maneuvering mod, so just keep that in mind. Next up, let's go on over the Enduring Legacy real quick. So the stats that I have on this one is going to be firearm critical hit damage, damage to Colossi, firearm critical hit rate, fire attack. So in this instance, these stats are not pitch perfect, however they are very close to it. Firearm critical hit rate is going to work fairly well because Valby's Supply Moisture is already going to give us more critical hit rate, so we are going to be seeing a lot of crits with this build, but it's more ideal to have weak point damage instead of critical hit rate in this specific scenario. So let me say this for you one more time. Optimal stats for the Enduring Legacy for this build are firearm critical hit damage, damage to the Colossi, weak point damage, and fire attack. Now let's get on into the modules that we are going to run on this Enduring Legacy. So this is the Enduring Legacy config that you are going to want to run for this build. So starting off, we have Action and Reaction for firearm attack, Rifling Reinforcement for more firearm attack. Next up we have Expand Weapon Charge. This is for magazine size. Then we have Sharp Precision Shot, so it's going to take away some fire rate, but it's going to add firearm attack and fire rate. Weak Point Sight, because we want to be aiming at all the boss's weak points for optimal levels of damage. Better Insight for critical hit rate, and Better Concentration for critical hit damage. Then we also going to want Fire Enhancement, so this is going to add fire attack equal to that of 30% of our firearm attack. Now with Rifling Reinforcement and Action and Reaction, we're going to get a fairly high firearm attack. In this instance, it is going to be 93. With the addition of the Fire Enhancement, this is going to take our firearm attack up to 120, which is going to be very, very good for this damage output. Next up we have Firearm Concentration, and this is going to be here for extra fire rate and more critical hit damage. And then last but not least, we have Concentration Priority, which is going to give us the final cream of the crop, extra critical hit damage to make sure we are absolutely deleting these bosses from the planes of existence. So this is the Enduring Legacy config. You can change this if you want. Some people do prefer Mental Focus versus Sharp Precision Shot, vice versa. Feel free to mess with it. But this is the build that I am using in this gameplay that is going to be coming up shortly in this video. So next up, let's talk about the Reactor that you are going to want to run for this Valby. Now, Ideally, you want the Enduring Legacy on this reactor. If you don't get that, that's perfectly fine, as long as you get the two middle stats being non-attribute and dimension. Now this is of course going to boost Valby's ability, because like we said before, she's non-attribute, so that will work perfectly. Now for the two skills at the bottom, the two ideal stats would be skill cooldown in gold and skill cost in gold. As you can see here, I've got a skill cooldown and skill critical hit rate. Critical hit rate is not really that ideal because Valby gives us crits with our abilities already and with our weapon, so this is not the best reactor. Like I said, with the reactor you want to be getting skill cooldown and skill cost for the absolute optimal efficiency. As for the components, for this you are going to want to run the Annihilation set. So for the Annihilation set, this is what you are going to need. For the top power, you're going to need max HP and fire resistance. For the second part, you're going to need chill resistance and MP recovery in combat. For the Annihilation memory, you're going to need defense or electric resistance or MP recovery modifier. Any of the three work perfectly fine. And then for the final part, the processor, shield and shield recovery modifier. We are choosing this set because number one, you can see there is extra skill duration in this set, but the more HP you lose, you will get more firearm attack. So this is the lower your health play is, the more damage output you get. And this is why we are choosing the Annihilation set. Now the issue with the Slayer set is, because I can hear some people wondering why are we not using Slayer set, is Slayer set does not actually give Valby any extra additional damage, so you would basically just be running this for extra skill cost, which is not optimal for running in a boss fight. Now with all of that out of the way, let's get on into the gameplay for the bosses. So boss number one, we have the Executioner. Now this boss is fairly simple, so let's get on into how you're going to deal with this. So number one, you are going to want to make sure that when you are using Valby, you are constantly standing inside of her water. Her water is going to give you a buff for your critical hit rate and your critical hit damage. That is what supply moisture will do for you in this Valby build. So as you can see over here, I'm just getting the water. I use her second ability to create a large puddle of water, and from here you just want to aim at the weak points with the Enduring Legacy. A pro gaming tip over here is whenever Executioner uses his slam attack with his sword, if you jump at the right time, you can completely avoid the damage from this boss. Again, over here he's already down, and we're just targeting the weak point, holding the fire rate button down on this Enduring Legacy. As you can see, even within one burst, we've almost deleted his entire health bar, well, almost half of his health bar, and his entire shield. Now when he does go immune, all this is that you need to aim at the small pink little stick thing coming out of his back. Now with this, easy. Once he does his jumping phase, again just make sure to get out of the circle, and you're going to want to put some more water down for you are able to stand in this. You are able to cancel the third ability by pressing the third ability again, and if you do knock him out of immunity, he is going to be stunned. If you use your Essive using the tab button, or I don't know why it is on console, you are able to see the weak points flashing blue, and you just want to basically aim at them for optimal damage with this Enduring Legacy. Now that is the Executioner down in a grand total of 57 seconds. Boss number two, we have the Dead Bride. So the Dead Bride, my personal favorite boss. This one is nice and easy. Now with this one, it is a little bit different. As you can see, I'm putting the third ability down and the second ability. As soon as we are able to fire, we stand in the water, we hold the fire rate button, the fire rate gets faster, and we just aim at the weak point on the Bride. This is essentially the same for all the bosses. As you can see, she's already down, and even when she is down like this, you still want to be aiming at the weak points, taking all of them out, taking the two shoulders out, and then the two cores. Now the Bride has gone immune. When she moves over to you, she will always do her globe attack, so you want to get running as soon as you can. Using your grapple is good. Also, if you are Valby like I am here, using your second ability to jump out a little bit further, or your third ability to just leave a snail trail of water, is going to help out significantly. Now you do want to be aiming at the two small little pink spots on her arm, and this is going to be so you can knock her out of her immunity. Now the good thing about having this water down is that when any boss does have any annoying little fly fishing things spawn, this is going to deal damage to them, and you don't need to worry about them. As you can see over here, we are already doing a ludicrous levels of damage to the Bride. She's trying to try her immunity, but we knocked her down, and she is also down in a grand total of 68 seconds. Boss number 3 is going to be the Devourer. So let's use the water. And let's just run around with a little bit of extra water. Boss is spawned in, so what we do is we just start aiming at the weak points, and as you can see over here, his health is getting absolutely violated. His shield is already gone. Just make sure to move out of the way from his toxic balls and just constantly aim at the weak points, and there you go. Devourer, is he going to use his immunity? He's going to try it, and nope, he's already dead. Now let me show you a little bit of gameplay for the immunity as well, because we've already just taken him down in a grand total of 17 seconds. So for the Devourer's immunity, this is what he does. He will just do this little rage attack, and then he will go immune. When he does this, he's going to punch into the floor, and he's going to spawn these green orbs, and as long as these are alive, he is going to be regenerating his health. Now, neat little pro gaming trick with Valby over here is that you can use your second ability to jump into all of these balls, and you are also able to dish damage to them with your second ability as well. So again, you're just going to want to make sure you jump in and out like that, taking care of the damage, and then once he is out of this, he's also going to be knocked down, so you will get extra damage off on him and easily just take him out right there. I'm not even aiming at his weak points anymore because I know he's going to die. Done and dusted. On to the next boss we go. Boss number 4, we have the Pyromaniac. Now the Pyro boss is a very simple boss. People struggle with him because I feel like they have built their Descendant and weapons incorrectly. Now he does have 2 attacks that you want to look out for. Number 1 being the flamethrower attack, and number 2 being the annoying fireball attack. So this is him shooting regularly, which is fine, and as you can see here, we are already doing good damage to his weak points. We've already destroyed one shoulder. Now he's going to put up a little bit of armor, and then we've managed to stop his attack by hitting him. Now this is his immunity phase. His immunity phase can be a pain in the backside, but this is a pro tip for you guys. If you stand right next to his legs, he is not going to be able to hit you properly, meaning that you can just slide under his legs, and then you are essentially able to just very quickly slide around him and shoot the pillar on his back. So you know, this is a pro tip for dealing with the Pyromaniac. You can also use the second ability to jump in and out, but you know, that's just a little bit risky and I wouldn't recommend it. Now the second option is completely run for your life and then shoot him from a very far distance, which again does indeed work. Then whenever he does his jumping attack, this is going to be the nice little break that you've been wanting. Choose a nice position a little bit outside of the circle, and then once he spawns, you are able to shoot his pink stick at his back, and that is basically it. Now with this, again here, you're just going to want to be aiming at the weak points. Let him do his attacks and everything else that he wants to do. You're going to ignore all of that, and you just want to keep hitting his weak points, and as you can see, he's already down. I need to reload here, or I probably would have almost killed him anyways, but you know, we just want to keep using that. Again, he is now gone immune, so we just want to be spraying at that pink pillar on his back. Now he's not even done his flamethrower attack. I think it's a little bit conditional, or he may use it a little bit less if it's solo. But with the Pyromaniac, it's essentially just this gameplay loop. A lot of people seem to be struggling on the Pyromaniac or asking for carries on him, which I can completely understand. But with this build, you don't need to be doing any of that. This is not my first time covering this Valby and Enduring Legacy combo. I did also cover it in my video on the Enduring Legacy in the first place, but you know, I haven't ever fleshed it out properly to this extent, which I feel like is necessary, because even till this day in the game, there are still a lot of players asking for carries, and it's getting kind of out of hand. Now you can see he's gotten out of his immunity phase, and all we are going to do here is just jump, aim at his core, and you are able to stop his jumping attack if you are able to whack him at a weak point and stop it at the perfect time. Now as you can see, we just died over there because we got hit with his fire attack point blank in our face. Now this is going to be the fireball attack that we do not want him to do. When this fireball comes out, it has tracking on you, and it has aimbot, and it will hit you. As well as his flamethrower, that is the attack you want to be looking out for. If you see that attack, run for your life. Now with this, Pyromaniac's down in a grand total of 2 minutes and 33 seconds. Boss number 5, we have the Swamp Walker. So this is going to be the last boss in this video. Now the Swamp Walker is a little bit of a pain. This is because of his immunity. So once we get us into this fight, we're just going to start off by doing damage to his weak points as per usual. Now as you can see, one's already yellow, so we're just going to keep aiming at that, and we've already got with one of his weak points down. Now he does get aggravated very fast. That purple bar underneath all the bosses is a sign to show you when they are going to go immune. So the more you aggravate the boss and the more you hit them and annoy them, the faster they will hit their immunity phase. Now, Swamp has got a very annoying immunity because it is very fast. Pyromaniac and Executioner also have a immunity phase where they can activate it very fast if need be, and they can also activate it in stray situations, so in situations where you weren't expecting them to go immune, for example. Now this is the Swamp Walker though, so let's concentrate on this fight. As you can see here, we're just aiming at the core in the center of him. He's doing the crab rave, so wait for him to stop doing that, and then he's going to start spawning these little annoying roly-poly looking bosses. Again, he's immune. He really does not like the Enduring Legacy, so this one you're going to have to put your work into it. This annoying lock-on rocket attack is going to be the bane of your existence for this one. So this one you got to lock in and make sure that you essentially just keep moving around, never stay still, and just keep doing damage to all of his weak points on his legs. Now, because of him being very annoying and also having plenty of aimbot attacks, you are going to want to try doing this one as fast as you can. So again, once he's out of his immunity, you're just going to want to aim at his core, aim at his weak points, and you're just going to want to keep jumping inside of your circle. As you can see here, I'm definitely going to die. His aimbot attacks sometimes can be too much. Now, if you do want to add extra resistances onto your components for specific bosses, for example, for Swamp Walker it would be a toxin resistance, please do feel free to do so. It would definitely help you out in the long run. But like I said, you just want to make sure that it is a Slayer set so you get extra skill damage, allowing you to basically relax a little bit more and rely on your abilities to kill any of the small projectile bosses that the big boss will shoot out. Now, this is the final stretch, so we're just going to want to take out his final pole on his leg, and then we should be good to take him down. Now, I did say that this is a good build for using up against all of these bosses, and I will absolutely stand by. Am I going to die again? No, I'm not. Sorry, not water. Health. Come on, there you go. There you go. Okay, so now we've got him, and again, we're just going to shoot him through the clouds. We don't even need to see my man. We are still going to delete him. And there you go. Swamp Walker is down in a grand total of 2 minutes and 37 seconds. Now, that has basically been this video, and I do hope this gameplay at the end has helped you with all of the bosses, because it has turned this video into a lengthy one. But I do hope you have enjoyed. If you did, please do smash that like button, and if you do need help, my Discord server is also going to be linked in the description, so please feel free to message me on Discord if you need any help, or just join my server. A lot of people willing to help out over there. But that's been this video. Hope you've enjoyed. Smash that like button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.